We are live from the Rosemount Community Center, Rosemount, Minnesota. We are 27 seconds in to the Shakopee Sabers visiting the Rosemount Irish. This is a little JV hockey action. Big hit by number 4, the sophomore, Carter Wagner. Sabers in the black sweaters, Rosemount in the white sweaters, white breezers, white helmet. My goodness. Working out of the corner, number 6, Colton Krisak works the puck over to number 5, Carter Nelson, out to the point. Radke's D-to-D pass slides past Gaston. Now picked up by number 17, Dylan Schmitz, who walks into the zone and leaves it for Nelson. Nelson takes a bump. Radke gets the puck in deep, wraps it around the boards to the far side. Out to neutral ice. Gaston back into the zone. Krisak has to tag up, and Nelson was heading off for a change. That goes all the way down, and we get a whistle. And the Sabers will have the face-off down there. So it's Wagner and Reinhardt back on D with Heilman, Carlson, and Davis up front for the Sabres right now. Reinhardt meets that one at the top of the zone. Now a breakout pass. Irish get the puck deep. They'll try to work it from low to high, but it's picked off by Carlson. Carlson working out of the corner, moves it to Wagner. Wagner takes a look up ice. Now picks up speed, escapes. Here's Carter Wagner. The sophomore between the legs, feet out front. And Davis couldn't quite get a stick on it in the blue paint. Now it's fed out front. Nice feed out front from Davis. Tried to find Yzerman in front of the net. We get a whistle as that puck got deflected up into the Irish bench. So Sabres will have an offensive zone draw with 12:29 remaining here in this first period. Next up for the Sabres, it's Krisak, Dornbos, Yzerman, Radke, and Hensley. Out to neutral ice. Krisak reverses direction, slides it over to Yzerman. Yzerman carries into the zone, puts it towards the net, intercepted by the Irish. Out to the top of the zone. It deflects off. Radke chases. Radke gets to it. Radke loses it. Fed out front. Now Radke picks up the puck. Puck into the Irish zone. To Hensley. Hensley. D-to-D pass, and the Irish are offsides. 11:51 remaining. Now we've got Davis, Heilman, Carlson, Wagner, and Reinhardt. Davis on the dot, wins the draw, grabs it himself, skates it back, works his way behind the net. Stretch pass by Davis to Heilman at the top of the zone. Now Carlson chases. Rosemount's going to have to play this puck. Carlson into the corner, leaves it for Davis. Davis feeds it out front. Carlson tied up. Irish working out to the top of the zone. Wagner gets the puck held in the zone. Now Wagner in a foot race. He gets to it first. Escapes pressure. Stretch pass to Davis. Davis into the zone. And the Sabres are offsides. So there'll be a neutral zone draw for the Sabres as they get reset. They are going to change up all 5. Now it's Krisak, Nelson, Schmitz, Gaston, and Hensley. Krisak wins it to Gaston. Gaston lays it off the boards. Just outside the zone is Krisak. He stick handles around one, down into the corner. Moves it to the other corner. Schmitz to it first. top of the zone. Nelson fires it in. Schmitz working from behind the net. Gets tied up. They wrap it around the boards, but Gaston there. Now pass through neutral ice. Gaston on it. Moves it back up ice. Hook all the way down. Hensley to it first. Nice job by Dylan Schmitz to break that up. Shot goes just wide of the netminder. In net for the Sabres right now, 35. Caden Nelson. Gaston from the corner up to number 5, Carter Nelson. We've got a Nelson who's 35 and a Nelson who's 5. Yep, they're brothers. The junior goaltender, number 35, Caden Nelson, and the sophomore forward, number 5, Carter Nelson. Now Krisak looks for options, flips it out to center ice, bounces off of an Irish skate behind the net. Heilman wins that race, puts it out front. Now Davis off the bench, tries to hold it in. Reinhart holds the puck in the zone. Stretch pass, misses its target, and we got icing on the Irish at 9:32. First meeting of the season between these two. Rosemount with a real strong program. The Sabres with a real strong program. This should be a grudge match. Last year, these two teams split. Sabres claiming one, Rosemount claiming the other, or it might have been tie on one. Now Davis threads it ahead for Heilman. Heilman working from behind the net. Moves it towards the front, and Carlson got a stick on it in front of the net. Nice reflex save by the Irish goalie. Next up for the Sabres is Krisak, Nelson, Schmitz, Reinhart, and Wagner. Krisak on the draw. Irish control out to the top of the zone, but Reinhart doing Reinhart things, holds the puck in the zone, and the Irish flip it into the bench. We get a whistle, and this should be an offensive zone draw, and it is. Sabres change up their D, so up front it's Krisak, Schmitz, and Nelson, with Gaston and Radke back on D. Nelson backhands it towards the net, and it's gloved and held. We'll reset for another offensive zone draw. Let's try the other side. Krisak to take the draw. Wins it out to the point for Radke. Radke shot through traffic. Bounces off a couple. Radke on the puck. Skates it in front of his own net. Generally ill-advised, but Radke holds onto the puck. Accelerates through neutral ice. And will challenge for the puck behind the net. Gets it over to Nelson. Nelson working out of the corner. Back to Radke. Radke from behind the net. Out to the point where Gaston holds it in. Irish send it down. Bounces off the backboards when Nelson puts it back. Gaston wraps it around the far corner for Carlson. Carlson puts it back to Gaston. Gaston spins away from pressure. Turns up ice. Looks for a stretch pass to Carlson. Carlson with Heilman in front, and Heilman buries it. Stretch pass from Gaston to Carlson. Carlson accelerated through neutral ice, caught that on his backhand without losing a stride, and Nathan Heilman, wow, big man, knows to go to the paint. Taps it into the back of the net. Sabres lead 1-0 with 7:49 remaining in the first period. So halfway through the first, Sabres lead by 1. Wagner taps it ahead into the zone. Carlson chasing. Reinhardt holds it in. Heilman backhands towards the net. Below the net. Davis goes up high, puts that one off the goalie's face. Good thing they invented goalie masks. Reinhardt, puck towards the net. Heilman in the corner. Now Davis working from the corner behind the net, moves it to the point for Wagner. Wagner walks the line, slides it to Reinhardt. Reinhardt down to Carlson, back to Reinhardt. Reinhardt puts it low and hard through. Sabers with pucks and bodies in front. Now the Irish will send that out to neutral ice, where Reinhardt sends it right back up. Davis into the zone, and Sabers are offsides. Ugh, that one stings as they had momentum into the net. So Sabres lead 1-0, 6:47 remaining. Krisak on the draw, wins it cleanly to Radke. Radke fires it in deep. Saber forecheck goes to work. Now Krisak into the corner, chases. Now Dornbos picks it up, slides it in front. Misses Yzerman waiting for it. Krisak to Radke, Radke to Krisak. Krisak looks for options, puts it in front. That centering pass had return to sender written on it. Comes out of the zone. Hensley picks it up behind the net, lays it off the boards. Nice pass up to Yzerman. Yzerman stretch pass for Dornbos. Puck into the zone. Dornbos gives pressure. Now picked up by Heilman off the bench. Heilman had the game's first goal and a quick whistle there. But the Sabres nonetheless will get a chance to change up all five, get their line set, and they get an offensive zone draw out of the deal. Davis, Carlson, Heilman, Reinhardt, and Wagner. Irish control the draw, and it deflects off a stick all the way up into the roof of this place. Davis will take the draw. They win it out to the point. Sabres go high to low. Davis into the corner. Reverses directions. Spins the puck down where Carlson gets to it first. Heilman there. Awkward bounce off the boards. Now out to neutral ice. Reinhardt will put this one deep. Sabres will change one forward as Davis and Carlson continue the forecheck. Now Davis working from behind the net. Gets it to Carlson. Davis looking for a way out. Stretch pass. Wagner, last man back. Wins that. Puck at neutral ice. Irish under the zone on the near side. Shot into the glove of Nelson. And he will cover. 4:36 remaining in this first period. Now it's Krisak, Nelson, and Schmitz with Gaston and Hensley on defense. Gaston in the corner with Krisak. Krisak, nice pass ahead to Schmitz. Schmitz out of the zone with speed. Puck in deep. Nelson to it first. Now the Irish send it long. Hensley. Puck fed out front. Irish from the point, shot through traffic. Looking for a deflection on the far post, didn't get it. Hensley flips it off the boards. We get Krisak into the zone. Krisak will shoot Now rebound picked up by Schmitz. Schmitz tries the wraparound. Gets denied. Now Schmitz working from this backside. Gets it across to Nelson. Krisak and Schmitz working out of the corner with Heilman in support. Up to the top of the zone. Reinhardt puts it back down deep. They flip it to neutral ice where Reinhardt is there. Reinhardt spins away from pressure. And he'll stick handle his way into the zone. Comes out to the top of the zone. Wagner holds it in. Wagner, D-to-D pass. Reinhardt shot through traffic. Loose puck. Carlson battling for it. And anytime you take a couple digs at the goalie, you're going to hear about it. So 2:50 remaining. Sabres will have an offensive zone draw. Davis, Carlson, and Nelson with Reinhardt and Wagner. Back on D. Reinhardt shot through traffic. Picked up by the Rosemount goalie. Davis on the draw. Irish control behind their net. They're going to try to escape out the near side, but Wagner holds it at the top of the zone. But nope, they're going to say Wagner didn't keep it in the zone. There was a little bit of white between the puck and the blue line. Now it's Krisak, Schmitz, Nelson, Wagner, and Reinhardt. Krisak on the draw. Tries to push it straight ahead. Rosemount gets the puck in deep. Reinhardt to it first. Reinhardt spins away from pressure. Gets it over to Wagner. Wagner looks up ice. Stretch pass to Schmitz. Nice job by Dylan Schmitz to get a stick on that and get the puck in deep. Nelson and Schmitz working out of the corner. Nelson getting pinned up against the boards. Goes down. Now Schmitz controls, walks it towards the net. Backhand shot towards the net. Loose puck in front. Still loose in front. Irish control, but not out of the zone. That puck goes all the way down. Reinhardt gets it to it first. Looks up ice. Just misses the stick of Schmitz. So that's icing on the Sabres. They'll have a defensive zone draw. And change up a couple of skaters. So it's Davis, Heilman, and Carlson up front with Radke and Gaston back on D right now. Irish control out to the top of the zone. Gaston battling in the corner. Davis there to help. Now it scoots around to the other side for Radke. Radke lays it off the boards for Heilman. Heilman taps it ahead for Davis. Davis, red line, blue line. Davis walking in. Gets poke checked into the corner, but controls the puck down behind the net. Now Carlson picks it up. Carlson looking for options with Heilman out front. Puck out to neutral ice. Radke bangs it back in. Sabres tag up. And the forecheck begins again. Bounces off the referee's skate. Davis at the red line. Puts it in deep. Heilman gives chase. Stretch pass. Irish on the breakout. Gaston, last man back. Shot through traffic. And Nelson is equal to the task. And that's his, according to the scorers table anyway, his third save of the period. 62 seconds remaining here in this first period. Now it's Krisak, Nelson, Schmitz, Radke, and Gaston. Krisak taps it ahead. Schmitz picks it up. Schmitz walking into the zone. Stick handles his way towards the net. Puck behind the net. Wraps it around the boards. Gaston picks it up. And it pops up into the netting. So Sabres will have an offensive zone draw with 49 seconds remaining. Sabres change up one. Reinhardt on Krisak, Schmitz, Nelson, Radke, and Reinhardt. Krisak, stick handling. Radke will shoot through traffic. Kick save, comes out to Nelson. Nelson puts it in deep. Schmitz on it. Moves it out front for Krisak. Now the Irish flip it to neutral ice where Reinhardt grabs it. Reinhardt walks into the zone, tries to feed it out front. Now Radke will collect. Saucer pass over to Heilman. Heilman feeds it ahead for Krisak. Krisak carries into the zone. He'll shoot wide. Goes again off the referee's skates. And now the Irish trying on a breakout pass, but that's the end of the first period. So, at least according to the results on the scoreboard from the scorers table, shots on goal in that first period, 13 for the Sabers and 2 for the Irish. Sabers are holding on to a 1-goal lead as we head into our first intermission. They are getting ready to resurface the ice. We'll be back with you in about 13 minutes. All right, we're back for the second period. Going to go ahead and load 15 minutes on the clock. So, fun South Suburban Conference rivals here with Rosemount and Shakopee. We're going to zoom in right on this part of the rink right over here as the Rosemount Irish, both boys and girls team, will be participants in Hockey Day Minnesota 2025, taking place, of course, in Shakopee. So the same could be said for the Shakopee boys and girls team, as they'll be participating. Both the Rosemount boys and girls teams will be playing on Wednesday, January 22nd, out at Valley Fair in Shakopee. So very fun for their program to have an opportunity for their whole school to come out. So Sabers get going. First five out for the Sabers. It's Radke, Reinhardt, Davis, Carlson, and Nelson. Nelson breaks that up, taps it ahead for Davis. Now comes into the zone. Radke to it first. Battles for it, steals the puck. Loses the puck. Puck put out front where Reinhardt collects. Reinhardt lays it off the boards. Battle for it at neutral zone, comes loose to Carlson. Carlson taps it ahead for Nelson. Irish control into the zone. Nelson breaks it up through center ice. Irish get the puck in deep. Radke to it first, looks up ice. And he'll whip it through traffic. That gets intercepted. Comes right back in to the Sabres defensive zone, but it hops the glass. And the referees need a new puck. Nope. Finally, that one had returned to center, so this will be a neutral zone draw. Now it's Krisak, Nelson, Schmitz, Hensley, and Gaston. Krisak to take the draw. Wins it ahead for Schmitz. Battle at center ice. Puck pops out for Nelson. Nelson gets the puck down behind the boards. Schmitz working out of the corner. Hops the stick of Hensley. Gaston is the last man back in a 2-on-1 for the Irish. Nice stick work there by Gaston to deflect that behind the net. He lays it off the boards for Nelson. Comes up to the top of the zone. Gaston picks up speed, taps it down to himself. Krisak battling behind the net. Now Schmitz on to help. Irish loft it down. Hensley will chase. That won't reach the other red line, so icing is waved off. Hensley tries to stick handle behind the net. Sliding, diving stop by Harris Gaston denied that pass to a wide open forward in front. There's one for the highlight reel. Davis moves it to Hensley. Hensley chops some salad, sends a cross ice pass, misses Heilman, and that's icing on the Sabres with 12:08 remaining. Now we've got Davis, Yzerman, Dornbos, Radke, and Reinhardt. Sabres have four defensemen here, so it looks like it's Radke and Reinhardt, Gaston, and Hensley back on D. A little bit more muddled as it comes to their forward lines. It looks like they're rolling two centers, Krisak and Davis, and three lines of wings. Reinhardt with someone draped all over him. We get a whistle, and they're going to say the Irish were offsides. Sabres indeed down a couple of skaters in the Holiday Classic or Holiday Cup, whatever it was, Holiday Invitational. We saw Jackson Hurst go down and get brought off the ice on a chair. Update on Hurst is that he unfortunately broke a couple of bones in his ankle, leg, and is awaiting an opportunity to get that patched up, and likely will be skating again in March. And then the big man, number 16, Jackson Tolanen, also in that Holiday Classic, got a little bit of his shoulder got banged up a little bit and is waiting until he can be cleared to play. We do expect Tolanen back as the shoulder allows. Tolanen on the bench watching on for the Sabers. Icing is waved off. Radke collects behind the net. Spins away from pressure. Looks up ice. Radke into the corner. Pops loose. Now Gaston behind the net. Gaston looks up ice. Tries to move it to the top of the zone, but finds an Irish stick. And on the back door, there's a Irish player waiting. We got pucks and bodies in front of the net. Nelson makes a stick save. Krisak puts the puck back behind the net. Schmitz to play it, and it sends it all the way down as the Sabres need a breather. We get icing on the Sabres. Next five up for the Sabres. Now it's Davis, Heilman, and Carlson with Hensley and Gaston back on deep. Davis on the dot. Wins it ahead to Heilman, out to the top of the zone, but not out. Back up to the top of the zone. Carlson chasing onto the stick of Gaston. Gaston reverses directions. Lays it out to center ice for Heilman. Heilman. Fake dump in. Hensley hands it to Gaston. Gaston with pressure, lays it ahead for Davis. Davis picks up speed through neutral ice, carries into the zone, out to the top of the zone where Hensley holds it in. Now it squirts out to neutral ice where Gaston flips the puck into the zone but comes right back out. Hensley to it behind the net. Comes out for Dornbos. Dornbos tries to get it ahead, but top of the zone, shot through traffic, save made by Nelson. Into the corner goes Carlson. And we get an arm in the air now. Hensley goes down. Carlson took exception to a check from behind that put Hensley into the boards in a real awkward way. So referee's going to take them both. The Irish are going to the box for a check from behind, and Carlson on the retaliation hit is also going to the box. We'll see how they sort this out. We're going to play 5-on-5 hockey. We know that. Whether it's coincidental minors, we shall see. That is the case. They didn't put them up on the board as they are coincidental minors. So those two skaters will be out on the first whistle after 6:35, assuming those were in fact minors versus major penalties. Anytime you got a check where somebody goes headfirst into the boards, there's always the possibility that it's more than two. But that puck just hops over the top of the boards. Radke picks it up. Top of the zone. Now Radke working his way up. Cross ice pass. Reinhardt last man back. Stretch pass. Deflected through neutral ice. Got tapped. So that heads all the way down. Sabres forecheck goes to work. Krisak battles for it behind the net. Krisak feeds it out front. And the shot from close in off the stick of Carter Nelson was gloved and held by Rosemount. 7:54 remaining. Sabers holding on to a 1-goal lead. That came off of a first period goal from Heilman. Now Davis, working from below the red line. Now stick handles in the corner. Rolls it down deep for Dornbos behind the net. Dornbos into the other corner. Rolls it down for Yzerman. Yzerman feeds it out front. Irish in transition. Broken up by Radke, Reinhardt, and Yzerman. Radke turns it over. Shot in on Nelson. Comes loose for Davis. Davis feeds it ahead. Yzerman lays it out front. Radke, who was crashing. Now Davis from behind the net. Davis in the corner. Cole Davis battling for the puck through, seems like every white sweater on the ice. Irish lays it out to the center ice where Reinhardt sends it back to Davis. Davis into the zone, and he'll shoot through traffic. That goes high and wide. Comes all the way out to neutral ice where Radke puts the puck back down low. Schmitz chases. Onto the near side, the Irish try to escape, but Reinhardt intercepts it. Reinhardt walking in, forehand, backhand, on his backhand, feet out front, and goal! Nice work by Fletcher Reinhardt to hold that puck in the zone. Got the puck right on the doorstep. Ultimately, it was the stick of Carter Nelson to knock that into the net. So Sabres go up 2-0 off the stick of Carter Nelson with a beautiful assist for Fletcher Reinhardt. Now it's Krisak, Nelson, Schmitz, Hensley, and Gaston. Schmitz taps it back to Hensley, who gets it to Gaston, puts it to the latest goal scorer, Carter Nelson, who gets the puck in deep. Nelson breaks it up. Krisak, stick handles down below the red line. Moves it out to the point for Gaston. Gaston tries to put it back down deep. 2-on-1, Hensley last man back. Irish can't connect on their cross-ice pass. Out to the top of the zone. Onto the stick of Hensley. Hensley lays it off the glass to neutral ice. Schmitz to it first. Skates to open ice. Loses the puck. Irish walking in. Sabres have changed up their goalie. Now it's Logan Avery, who has to make 3 fast saves. And net now for the Sabres' number 1, Logan Avery. Sabres continue their inability to find each other on these breakouts. Now Hensley working out of the corner. Krisak intercepts. Backhands it up to Heilman. Heilman to Schmitz. Schmitz with the puck in his skates. Irish take over in their own zone. Cross the red line. Put it down on for Avery. That goes off of Avery's glove. Now in this puck in the skates of Gaston. Gaston out of the corner. Lays it off for Hensley. To the top of the zone. No pressure. Shot blocked on its way in. Schmitz picks it up. Sends it all the way down. And it is icing on the Sabres. 4:46 remaining here in the second period. Sabres with a 2-goal lead. Next up for the Sabres, it's Davis, Heilman, Carlson, Radke, and Reinhardt. Davis on the dot. Sends it into the corner. Radke wraps it around the boards for Carlson. Sabres escape out to neutral ice. We get an arm in the air. So a delayed penalty on the Irish as Reinhardt gets poke checked. We got a tripping call on the Irish. So 4:29 remaining here. Carlson is back out of the box, so those coincidental minors came off the clock. But Carlson draws a penalty as he's trying to exit the zone. A 2-minute tripping minor on the Irish. Sabres are going on the power play. Power play unit out for the Sabres. It's Krisak, Carlson, Heilman, Davis, and Reinhardt. Krisak on the draw. Irish from behind their net. Send it all the way down, but Davis gloves it to himself at neutral ice. Moves it to Reinhardt. Reinhardt looks at options. Will spin it back the other direction. Into the zone, onto the tape of Heilman. Heilman's shot crosses the ice, gets onto the tape of Davis. They're going to let Cole Davis walk right in. That feels like a mistake. Davis rips the shot, goes up high, comes out of the zone to Reinhardt. Reinhardt stretched pass to Davis. Davis controls into the zone, puts on the brakes, now flips it in deep. Heilman out of the corner, wraps it back around the boards, comes out to Davis at the point. Davis moves it to Krisak in the corner. Krisak to Carlson. Carlson to Davis. Davis from the dot, shot. And hit the Irish goalie right in the belly button. Minute and 6 remains in the Saber power play. Krisak will take the draw. Same 5 out for the Sabers. The Irish control the draw, and they send it all the way down. Avery kills the puck. Davis picks it up from behind the net. Sabers pick up speed. Davis to Carlson. Carlson spins away from pressure, moves it to Reinhardt. Reinhardt carries into the zone and looking for open ice. Sabres have their power play set up now. Reinhardt to Carlson. Carlson will shoot. Guy gets blocked and does come out to neutral ice. Sabres will have to reset with 30 seconds remaining in the power play. Davis leaves it for Reinhardt. Reinhardt back to Davis. Intercepted by the Irish. They send that one all the way down. Avery sticks it behind the net for Reinhardt. 10 seconds remaining in the Saber power play. Reinhardt stretch pass. Gets it to Schmitz. Schmitz lays it across for Davis. Davis with speed into the zone. Puts on the brakes. Looking for options. Puts it down behind the net. Schmitz gets the puck down low. Irish looking to spring their player out of the box. Gaston on the puck first. Comes ahead for Krisak. Krisak takes a look at his options. Moves it to Heilman. Heilman loses an edge. And the Irish walking in also lose an edge. Careful, boys. Ice is slippery. Jeez. Stretch pass across ice. Schmitz stretched back across the ice. Heilman carries into the zone. And the Sabres, who were stepping off the ice on the far side, were offsides. Krisak, who was heading off for a change, was in the zone with his feet on the ice. The Sabres are offside. So now it is Nelson, Schmitz, Dornbos, Hensley, and Gaston. Puck out to neutral ice. Dornbos sends it in deep. Sabres will tag up. Irish fired off the boards. Comes all the way into the zone. Hensley looks up ice. Now Hensley with the puck on his stick again. Moves it ahead for Nelson. Nelson with a nice backhand pass to Schmitz. Schmitz walking in. Low hard shot. Kicked wide. Comes out to neutral ice where Gaston. D-to-D pass over to Hensley. Hensley gains the red line. Puts the puck into the zone. Now Nelson pressuring the puck from behind the net. Back onto the stick of Hensley. Hensley lays it high off the glass. Into the zone. Another one high off the glass. Gaston gloves it to himself. Hensley looking for options. Gains the red line. They're going to give him some space. So Hensley will take a bump up high and have to retreat. And we got a high stick on the Irish. That puck was played with a high stick. So 31 seconds left here in the second period. Sabres with a 2-goal lead, and they're going to get an offensive zone draw. It's Davis, Heilman, Carlson, Reinhardt, and Radke. Davis to Heilman. Heilman shot through traffic, scoots out to neutral ice. Radke gets the puck in deep. Sabres tag up. Davis will get to it first in the corner. Irish from the far side just send it all the way down, and we get a whistle with 14 seconds remaining in the second period. Sabres will have another offensive zone draw. Coach Bubba Kubish and head coach Calvin Simon on the bench for the Sabres. They'll keep the same 5 out. Wrapped around the boards. Reinhardt meets it at the point, lays it off the boards for Davis. Davis walks in from a sharp angle, tries to feed it out front, comes back to Radke. Radke will shoot through traffic, gets kicked aside, and that'll do it for the Sabres here in the second period. Sabres lead 2-0, and we'll take a break while they resurface the ice and come back for the third period. All right, Sabers back out for the third period. Let's get a little zoom in here on the scoreboard. We happen to be on a little bit of a shelf where it rattles quite a bit, so apologies for the shaky camera from time to time. But we got 18-7 in favor of the Sabers in the shot count. And the one that really counts, 2-0 Sabers going into the third period. The man in black, Logan Avery, getting stretched out and ready for the third period. He'll head back to the net, presumably. He came in for Nelson for the halfway through the second period and presumably will close out this game. All right, this rattling is pretty brutal. So 15 minutes on the clock. The cage doors are closed. Let's do this hockey. First group out for the Sabers. The sophomore number 7, Cole Davis. Junior number 32, Gavin Carlson. The big man, junior number 29, Nathan Heilman. Back on defense, junior number 13, Evan Radke. And the rock solid number 15, junior number 15, Fletcher Reinhardt. Puck scoots loose into center ice. Davis moves it ahead for Radke. Radke walking in, forehand, backhand. Doesn't get a shot off. Now gets bodied behind the play. Radke intercepts at center ice, puts the puck down low. Davis picks it up. Shot goes high and over the boards. Heilman at the point will shoot through traffic. And Sabers are jumping on their offense here so far here in the first part of this third period. Next 5 up for the Sabers, it'll be Krisak, Schmitz, Nelson, Hensley, and Gaston. Krisak on the draw. Puck into the corner, collected by Rosemount. Into the far corner now goes Nelson. Nelson and Krisak battling on the boards. Krisak pulls it out, slides it over to Hensley. Hensley puts it down front. Got it onto the tape of Schmitz, but tough to make a play from there. Nelson wraps it around the boards to the far side. Schmitz to it first, leans in, pops it loose for Krisak. Picked up by Krisak, back into the zone. Stretch pass, tapped into the zone by the Irish. Hensley into the corner. Reverses directions. Puck out front to the top of the circle. Shot goes in. That went right over the blocker side of Avery. High shot with the screen set up in front. Has pulled the Irish within 1. Sabers, who certainly have been thoroughly controlling this game, look up at the scoreboard and realize that they're only up by a goal. Davis, Carlson, Heilman, Radke, Reinhardt. Reinhardt stretch pass to Heilman. Heilman shovels it into the zone. Now the Irish in transition, broken up by Radke. Radke, fake pass. Puck into the zone. Avery will just cover. So the Sabres have a defensive zone draw with 12:52 remaining in the third period. It's Krisak, Iserman, Dornbos, Radke, and Reinhardt. Krisak on the draw. Into the corner goes Krisak. Out front, Radke scoops it up. Radke turns up ice. Krisak picks it up, carries into the zone. Puck in deep. Krisak to it. Puck on his backhand. He'll spin it back down low for Yzerman and Dornbos in the corner. Puck out front. Krisak looked for the one-timer. Deflected to the top of the zone and out. Krisak puts it, or Radke puts it back in the zone. Irish send it all the way down. Reinhardt picks it up in the corner. Wraps it around the boards. Krisak looks up ice. Puts it back down low. Comes all the way around for Reinhardt on the backside. Reinhardt reverses directions. Turns up ice. Lays it off the boards for Yzerman. To neutral ice. Dornbos pressuring. That gets deflected off of Radke's stick. And Avery has to make a reflex kick save. Irish back into the zone. Fed out front. Krisak intercepts. Lays it off the glass. And the Sabres need a breather. So that'll go down for an icing as the Sabres will get to change out all 5. Now it's Schmitz on the draw. Irish win it into the corner. Gaston chases. Lays it high off the glass. Does pop out to neutral ice. Deflected by Davis. Heilman puts the puck in deep. Carlson and Davis pressuring on the forecheck. Top of the zone and out. Gaston will pick up a rolling puck. Flattens it. Backhand saucer pass to Heilman. Carlson carries into the zone with Davis leading out front. Kicked aside. Heilman puts it up for Carlson. Carlson backhands it to center ice. Cross ice pass. Hensley into the corner. Puck comes out front. Cross ice pass. Top of the circle, shot towards the net. Kicked aside by Avery. Loose puck. Blocked on its way in. Block shot by Hensley. Sabres send it out of the zone. Neutral ice. Irish grab it. Walk it right back in. Now Gaston on the puck. He'll look for options. Spin away from pressure. Gets it in for Davis. Davis tries to thread it ahead for Heilman. Davis pressuring while the team changes behind him. Radke puts it into the far corner. Schmitz and Nelson chasing after. Comes out to the top of the circle for Radke. Radke's cross-ice pass. Gets it to Reinhardt. To Schmitz behind the net. Fed out front. Nelson had a chance at it, looking for his second goal of the game. To neutral ice. Radke chips it in deep. Sabres tag up. Schmitz steals the puck. Schmitz walks towards the net. Puck still on his stick. Puck on his backhand. Out to the point for Radke. Radke moves it into the far corner. Irish escape. Reinhardt on the puck. Big hit by Krisak. Radke's cross-ice pass ends up being on net. Now the Irish carry into the zone. Walking through, big kick save by Avery. Avery working to get his way back to his feet. Hensley on the puck, loses an edge. Carlson looks up ice. Comes across for Heilman. Gaston on the puck. Reverses directions. Gets it cross ice. Davis walks in. Davis looking for options. Tries to do a pad pass as Heilman was on the doorstep. They feed it out front, but that entry pass is denied. Comes loose for Gaston. Gaston gets it ahead for Yzerman. Yzerman has the puck roll off his stick. Turnover in neutral ice. Irish shoot. And Avery holds. All right, third period. Halfway over. Man, oh man. The Irish have come to play in this third period, and I'm not sure the Sabers are matching their enthusiasm level right now. Irish on the puck. Dornbos works the puck ahead. Now Reinhardt. Stretch pass to Krisak. Gets tapped on the way in. Comes around for Yzerman. Krisak pulls it back to neutral ice. Gets it ahead to Radke. Radke will chip it in. Krisak, Dornbos, Yzerman. Reinhardt and Radke. Reinhardt goes down. Radke intercepts at neutral ice. Holds it. Now walks in. Throws it to the far corner where Krisak gets it. Krisak will shoot. That got blocked on the way in. Goes into the far corner. Dornbos leans on it. Yzerman digs for it. Reinhardt deflects that entry pass out to neutral ice. Tapped ahead. Krisak gets a stick on it while the Sabres are changing. Krisak carries back into the zone. Yzerman on his backhand, shot towards the net. Schmitz picks it up, comes out for Radke. Radke taps it into the corner. Sabres are changing while Yzerman pressures. Comes loose for Schmitz. Schmitz, toe drag, block shot up into the netting. And we get a whistle with 5:43 remaining. Sabres with still a one-goal lead. Next up for the Sabres, Davis, Schmitz, Nelson, Hensley, and Gaston. Davis on the dot. Controlled by the Irish. Hensley holds in at the top of the zone. Now the Irish escape. Picked up by Schmitz. Schmitz shields the puck. Gets it to the top of the zone, does sneak out. Schmitz picks it up. Schmitz walking in, shot through traffic. Loose puck in front. And the Irish able to control the rebound and force a draw. So now it's Krisak, Heilman, Carlson, Gaston, and Hensley. Sabres looking for a hero. Krisak on the draw, into the corner. Wrapped around the boards, Gaston to it first. Puts it back down low. Hensley intercepts at center ice, lofts it in. Now Hensley holds it in the zone, but the Irish escape. Gaston fronts, shot through traffic. That scoots under the arm of Avery, but wide. Now Hensley puts it around for Carlson. Carlson lets the puck go ahead to Krisak. Krisak up high, hit up high. Gaston backhand pass to Hensley. Hensley spins away from pressure. Now leaves it for Gaston. Gaston tries to lay it high off the boards, but held in by the Irish. Now the Irish forecheck, smelling some blood in the water. Out to the top of the zone, held in. Hensley and Carlson battling for it at the half wall. Out to the top of the zone. Shot rolled in. Backhand kick save by Avery. Avery gets a toe on one side, scoots out the far side. Avery has another kick save. Now Krisak with Heilman streaking. Krisak carries in. Feathers it ahead for Heilman. Heilman tries to go high. Doesn't quite get all of it. Now the Irish back the other direction. They'll dump it in. Reinhardt grabs the puck behind the net. Reinhardt gets hit from the front and the back, but gets it ahead to Davis. Davis picks up speed. Makes a move towards the net. He's got Nelson in front of the net. Nelson battling in the corner, looking for options. Gets it to Schmitz. Schmitz feeds it out front. Puck wobbles over the crossbar. And now Radke and Reinhardt back to collect the puck. Reinhardt gets it to Davis. Davis crosses the red line, crosses the blue line, carries in. Davis makes a move towards the center. Fake shot by Cole Davis. But he gets it down to Schmitz. Schmitz lifts it, but goes high and wide. Now Davis will collect at center ice. Gets it to Schmitz. Puck did not come out of the zone. Davis giving the Irish D pair, and we get an offsides on the Sabers as Davis was trying to get 1 foot back on the other side, but a little off on the timing there. Sabers are offsides. Now it's Krisak, Carlson, Heilman, Reinhardt, and Radke. Irish control the zone, control the puck into the zone, control the face-off into the zone. Reinhardt flips it ahead for Radke. Radke looks up ice, feathers it ahead to Carlson. He taps it into the zone, down deep. Heilman battling for it behind the net, picks it up, feeds it out front. Now Radke picks it up. Radke gets it to Carlson, to Krisak. Back to Carlson down low. Carlson controls the puck. Carlson walking towards the net. Loose puck in front, tapped in by Heilman. So good teamwork by the Sabres. Pucks and bodies to the net. Carlson didn't have a real strong shot. Good look at the net, but he put a puck towards the net. And Heilman picks up his second of the game. Second points in the paint for Heilman. Sabres lead 3-1.
Scoring for the Shakopee Sabres, goal scorer number 29, Nathan Heilman, assistant number 32, Gavin Carlson. Time of the goal, 12:59. Shakopee is number 2.
So from the scorers table, it's Heilman from Carlson. 2:01 remaining. Irish are calling a timeout here so they can rest up and get things going. They got a lot of white hats on that bench over there for the Irish. I can't do the math fast enough to count how many, but that's a lot of lines. Sabres, as we mentioned, are a little bit depleted, down a couple of skaters. They have moved number 4, Carter Wagner, who skated in the first period. He's getting ready to play 3 periods of varsity hockey. And the blonde bomber, Cody Sawyer, number 14, is getting ready to play 3 periods of varsity hockey as well. Good for those guys to get their minutes in at the top level in Minnesota State high school hockey. All right, now it is Davis, Dornbos, Yzerman, Radke, and Reinhardt out for the Sabres. Yzerman pressures. Dornbos gets the puck in deep. Irish skate the puck from the back. Shot through traffic. Blocked on its way in by Reinhardt, and then ultimately saved by Avery. Loose puck in front. Avery has to make a kick save. The net is empty for the Irish, so they have an extra skater on now. Davis flips it out to neutral ice. Irish regroup. Puck skated in by the Irish. Puck down low. Radke and Reinhardt chase after it. Reinhardt battling the puck off. Blocked in front by Radke. Shot in on Avery. Saved. Radke looks up ice. Shot just wide. So 53.8 seconds remaining here. Sabres lead by 2. Same D pair will stay out for the. Nope. They're going to change up the D pair, so it's now Gaston and Hensley back on D with Krisak about to take the face off, and Heilman and Carlson back on D. 6th skater out now for the Irish. Avery, big save. Puck rolled behind the net. Out to the top of the zone. Big block shot. Now Heilman looking for his 3rd of the game. Backhands it towards the net, just wide. Now Carlson with a chance. Carlson shot, goal. So the last goal was Heilman from Carlson. This one was Carlson, and we hope assist should go to the big man 29, Nathan Heilman. And that is the case. Heilman picks up the assist from the scorer's table. 21 seconds remaining. The Irish have returned their netminder to the net. Hensley rolls one on net. It's Nelson, Yzerman, Dornbos, Hensley, and Gaston out for the Sabres. Hensley backtracks, rolls it back down behind the net, and that'll do it. So Sabres get the win. (4-1) here against the Irish. Sabres are back in action on Saturday as they will finally get a home game. Sabres get a home game on Saturday. I believe 1 p.m. puck drop for the JV team. And we'll be back with you on Saturday.